Reese here today. It's book launch day, the second edition, fellow vets, of You Deserve It, the definitive guide to getting the veteran benefits you've earned. Second edition is now live. You can order it right now on Amazon. You can get it in Kindle format. You can get the print version. I'm holding up what's called an author copy of the print version, which is super rad. Really excited about this book, y'all. I'm going to talk about it just a little bit and how it might be able to change your life. So first of all, thank you for joining me today. I know you haven't seen me live for a while. Give me a shout out. Tell me your name, your branch of service, your years of service, where you're calling in from. I want to recognize you and give you a shout out. And you have to be on live until the end because there's going to be some free giveaways. Okay, we might have a little Q&A. You might be able to win a free 30-minute call with me, as well as free signed author copies of my book. Okay, I'm actually going to sign the book, ship it to you anywhere in the world. Okay, so hang on. Don't leave. You have to be here live in order to get it. Okay, I've got my awesome team on as well. Thank you all for helping out behind the scenes, answering questions as they come in. Before I talk about the book, let me just talk a little bit about Battle Rhythm for this call. Okay, I'm going to talk about the book for maybe 15, 20, 25 minutes or so. And then I want to spend 20 to 30 minutes answering your questions. Okay, I will answer any question you have about your VA disability benefits, about state benefits, tax exemptions, for-profit military and veteran discounts. You can ask me anything you want. Okay. If you want to tell me I suck, that's cool too. You can ask me anything though, and I will do my best to answer it. By the way, the link to buy the book right here, right now, I think it's like 17 bucks on Amazon right now, which is a little bit of a reduction in the price. I think it's going to be $18.99 for the paperback version. Once we get through the first couple days of launch. So if you want to buy it at a little bit of a discount right now, it will print and ship to you through Amazon. So my awesome team will be posting the link directly to you in the chat right here, right now, so you can jump on and buy the book. And I would really appreciate it after you buy the book, an honest review. Okay, I'm not asking for a 5-star review. If you don't like the book, write a bad review. Tell me why you didn't like the book or what you want to see different. But please just write a review. If you love the book, 4 or 5-star, please tell us why. That helps other veterans, other spouses, as they're looking to potentially purchase a book. Thank you so much. All right. Last thing I want to say, and I want to talk about this in the Q&A. Okay. Your veteran benefits are under attack. Okay. Under attack, and I'm angry. I'm angry that there are those in Washington and in the media who have decided to politicize your benefits. It's wrong, okay? Veteran benefits should not be political. They should not be polarized. There should not be us versus them. Okay, Republican, Democrat, Independent, it doesn't matter. They should be fighting for your benefits. But guess what? There are those who want to take them away. And my commitment to you is we will never stop fighting for you and your benefits. Ever. Okay, I talk to House members and staffers. I talk to Senate members and staffers on a routine, regular basis. Because not only are we fighting for your benefits, we're fighting to protect and expand veteran benefits because you deserve them. You've earned them for serving our country. Okay. And I won't rest. I will not rest. I will always fight for your benefits. And so do all the members of our team. Okay. And I'm happy to talk more about that in the Q&A. All right. The first thing I want to do though in the book, okay, I'm going to talk about just a few things. I want to read the dedication. Okay, You Deserve It, the definitive guide to getting the veteran benefits you've earned, second edition. and I'm going to read it verbatim. I wrote this dedication for you, and here it goes. This revised and expanded second edition book is dedicated to you, us veterans. So here's to the brave ones who raised their right hand and took the oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. For that, I salute you, and I stand alongside you forever. And I knocked my microphone down as I was trying to salute you. For that, I salute you. Thank you. Okay. Let's talk about what is new in the book. Okay. It is completely revised and expanded. So even if you have the first edition, okay, you'll see right here, it says revised and expanded second edition. You're going to learn about VA benefits. And I'm going to hold this up so you can see it. Okay, here's everything you're going to learn in part 1 and part 2. Hopefully you can see this. Maybe a little funky. VA benefits, so VA disability compensation benefits, VA pension benefits, VA healthcare benefits, VA education benefits, housing and home loan guarantees, job training and employment, burials and memorials, mental health resources. Then I talk about state benefits, okay? For all 50 states. There's some pretty awesome state veteran benefits, y'all, and I break them down for every single state by region. But all 50 states are covered, okay? And then I jump into, hold this up so you can see it, if I can actually get it up there. Part 3, nonprofit resource list, for-profit veteran discounts, right? Think about, do you realize that there are nonprofits out there that offer things like free hunting and fishing trips, free vacations? Okay, I got them in here. And then there's a whole section of bonus resources. There's 10 bonuses that are completely revised and expanded. The other thing that's really cool is there are QR codes throughout the book that you can literally scan with your phone, and it will take you right to the resource, right? So obviously within a book, you don't necessarily have as much space as you would want, but let me just share what I mean by this, okay? You can scan, there's a whole bunch of QR codes in the pages of the book, and you can scan them to be directly taken to that high value resource to learn more. So one of them that is right here, the top 50 most common VA disability claims. The top 10 high value VA disability claims revealed. Remember, a high value claim is any disability that has a very high likelihood of being rated at 30% or higher on its own. I also talk about the 3 paths to 100% service-connected VA rating. Completely revised and expanded compensation and pension exam tips. Okay, I reveal my top 10. I tell you exactly what you need to know. Let's see. Oh, this part's super cool. That's revised and expanded. The top 20 VA claim myths debunked. Okay, and I'm just going to read you one of them. Okay. My VSO said I should be happy with my VA disability percentage and not rock the boat. That's one that we hear a lot. Fact, the only time you should be happy with your VA disability rating percentage is if you believe you're getting everything you're legally, morally, ethically, and medically eligible for. If you think you deserve an increase, open up a new claim right here, right now on va.gov and file for it. Okay. Let's see. Here's another myth that I want to read. If I get a VA disability rating, whether it's a physical condition or a mental health condition, my employer will find out and take negative action against me. Okay. Fact: your employer has no way of knowing this information unless you tell them. If an employer takes negative action against you because of your VA disability, it could be a violation under the Americans with Disabilities Act, the ADA. Okay. Let's see here. Another one we get commonly is there aren't any additional benefits for my dependents if I get P&T status. There is a ton of additional VA disability benefits you become eligible for when you reach 100% P&T. One of them is called Chapter 35, education benefits. I talk about that in detail in the book and how you actually secure them. That's an unbelievable benefit for those veterans who get 100% P&T rating. And I added this new one here, myth number 20. gang, look, there's a lot of confusion about what VA Claims Insider does and doesn't do, what we're allowed to do, what we can't do, what we charge fees for, what we're not allowed to charge fees for. So I'd like to address this stuff head on, okay? And I'm happy to answer any questions about it. Accredited VSOs and claims agents do what VA Claims Insider does for free. That's myth number 20, okay? That's a myth. Here's the facts. Accredited VSOs and claims agents represent veterans with power of attorney, okay? They'll prepare and file the claim for you. They will act on your behalf. They'll interact with the VA on your behalf. Okay, that's what accredited folks do. Okay, we're not accredited. VA Claims Insider is not accredited. VA Claims Insider is an education company. We're not an accredited VSO. We're not an accredited claims agent. We're not a law firm. Okay, we're a dedicated team of fellow veterans and veteran advocates. Our primary focus is on VA disability education, which we offer live and on demand. Okay. We also offer medical evidence in the form of disability benefit questionnaires, nexus letters for physical conditions, and mental health independent medical opinions. Okay, if you got any mental health stuff going on. We help veterans increase their VA rating if eligible, when previously denied VA disability benefits, and potentially help you uncover high-value secondary claims based upon the medical evidence of record. Okay, we do not assist veterans with the preparation, presentation, and prosecution of claims for benefits. That's what your VSO will do. Okay, now sometimes vets come to us and they'll say, oh, Brian, I already have a VSO. Can I still sign up for your program? Absolutely, right? I still have a VSO appointed with power of attorney on my own claim from AMVETS, okay? Now, I don't use them. I still just prepare and file my own claims when I need to on va.gov. And that's what we're going to help you do. We're going to teach you how to prepare and file your own winning VA disability claim with the exact medical evidence you need, okay? Guess what? The easiest thing you can possibly learn how to do is how to file a disability claim. Using va.gov, gang, it's like TurboTax. Literally. Do you want to file a new claim? Yes. Have you ever filed a new claim before? Yes. What do you want to file for? You enter your disability. I have a video that shows you how to prepare and file your own claim in about 2 minutes. That's easy. The part that's not so easy is making sure you have the right strategy, making sure you're educated, making sure you have the right medical evidence. Okay, filing a winning VA disability claim is an art. It's an absolute art. Okay, and that's what we teach you to do at VA Claims Insider, and you're never alone in this fight. Now, by the way, that's not to knock our VSOs. I love our VSOs. We need our VSOs. We just need a lot more of them. And that's part of what we're fighting for up on the Hill. It's not to eliminate VSOs. It's not us versus them. We're fighting for there to be more VSOs and to get federal funding. Okay, we're not against them, gang. We're for them. Thanks for hearing me out. Again, gang, it's book launch day, the 2nd edition. You deserve it. The definitive guide to getting the veteran benefits you've earned, the revised and expanded 2nd edition. This book has the potential to change your life, which is why I live my life. I wake up every single morning thinking about you. I wrote this book for you. I revised this book for you. I started this company for you. I fight for your benefits for you. Okay? Because I know what you did. I know what you did. You volunteered. You stood up. Who will go? You said, I will. Send me. A whole lot of other Americans that never did that. They didn't take that oath. Okay? But you did. You did. And if you're a family member, golly, our family members, our spouses, our children, they don't get enough credit for what y'all went through. Okay? Keeping the home front dialed in while we were away. It needs to be celebrated. I wrote this book for you too. Okay, you'll learn about a whole bunch of spousal benefits for veterans, benefits for dependents, so children. Amazing. I'm going to talk about this just a little bit more by section, okay? It's broken out into 4 sections. Section 1 is all about federal benefits, okay? Section 2 is all about state benefits. So you'll learn about things like property tax reductions or exemptions for disabled veterans and how to apply for it, okay? Section 3 is a whole laundry list of nonprofits who exist to serve veterans and their families, and it's broken out by category. So you know what these organizations actually do and how they can help you, okay? Then I talk about everyday for-profit military and veteran discounts. These aren't just one-offs, right? Some companies and organizations, they'll have a discount only on Veterans Day, okay? That's not what I included here. These are everyday military and veteran discounts on the best products and services that you want or need. It's broken out by what the discount is, it's categorized, and I tell you how to get it, okay? And then section 4 is all about the bonus resources. Now, before I start answering questions, again, the link to buy the book, my team is posting it in the chat right now, so look below. I want to just read one other thing, because this is probably the most important part of the book, and I don't want you to miss it, okay? Herbert Spencer once remarked, "For the great aim of education is not knowledge, but action." Fellow veterans, this is an action book. I literally cannot emphasize that point enough, okay? You have to go get your benefits. Ain't nobody going to do it for you. Nobody from the VA is going to call you and tell you, hey, you know what? I think you're eligible for benefits, and I think you should file a claim for PTSD. And I think you deserve an increase on your GERD. Okay. I think you have migraine headaches and you should file for that. Hey, I see you own a home in my state. You're eligible for 100% property tax exemption to save you thousands of dollars a year. That ain't never going to happen, gang. That call ain't never coming. And so if you're sitting around waiting, you're wrong. You have to go after your benefits. You have to will them into existence. This book is an action book. And I'm going to take a step further. If you buy this book and you don't read it and you don't apply it, you're going to get zero benefits. Okay. Nothing in your life is going to change unless you take action. And that goes for all kinds of stuff. But especially when it comes to your veteran benefits, gang, you have to will them into existence through action. Okay? And look, it doesn't matter how many times you failed. What matters is that you never give up. That's what matters. And part of what we do at VA Claims Insider, fellow vets, is making sure that you never give up, because we won't let you. Because it sucks to have your claim denied. It sucks to be told and sucker punched. It feels like you're being called a liar. And you're not. You're not. We exist to help you through the pain, through the struggle. It doesn't matter how many times you've been punched in the face, bloody in the nose, sweat dripping down, okay? That don't matter. What matters is that you get back up and you fight back. And we're going to help you do that. We do that with our coaches, okay? When you sign up with VA Claims Insider Elite, you're going to be paired with a veteran coach, and you are going to hear from him or her in 15 minutes or less. 15 minutes or less. I'm going to share something with you. I went on the other day just for the heck of it and tried to book an appointment with a representative. I can't get an appointment for 45 days. Okay? When you sign up with us, you're going to hear from a coach in 15 minutes. We actually care about serving veterans. It's what we do. It's why we exist. The only reason VA Claims Insider exists is for you and because of you. And I've said this before live. When the free system is serving all 20 million veterans at the level that veterans deserve to be served, when the VA starts putting out the education that veterans need, when the VA community of medical providers start helping veterans get service connected, I'll close our doors because there'll be no need for us. Okay? There'll be no need for us. No, I don't think that's ever going to happen because the system's so screwed up and we're working to fix it. Okay? We're fighting for you to fix it. Protect and expand benefits also means making sure that we're improving access through technology, through medical providers, keeping the C&P exam system honest. Oh my goodness, I've said this before. Who's watching the watchers? Nobody. You know how many providers out there are screwing veterans through the C&P exam system and nobody's holding them accountable? That's why we're pushing Congress to put forth bills on accountability of C&P examiners. That's just one example of some of the stuff we're doing, gang. Love it. Okay, again, you can secure your copy right now of my #1 Amazon best-selling book, You Deserve It, The Definitive Guide to Getting the Veteran Benefits You've Earned, the second edition, completely revised and expanded. It's available for purchase right now. I think there's a small discount. And stay tuned to the end. Don't leave. We got a few free giveaways. Appreciate y'all being here. Okay, here's what I want to do now. Y'all came. I love you. Thank you for jamming with me today. Now, whether you buy the book or not, I want to answer as many questions as I possibly can for you right here, right now, live. So I'm going to have my team just put up questions in the order that they've come in. You can ask me anything, and I'll do my darndest to answer. Anything new on dental? No, there's nothing new on VA dental benefits. Generally, you need a 100% service-connected VA rating, Antoinette, to get free dental care. TDIU also qualifies. You can also get free dental care if you have a service-connected disability relating to the jaw, the mouth, or the teeth. Okay, but that's the latest update on dental. Bada bing, bada boom. This is kind of fun for me because I don't know what question's coming next. So I'm just going to wait until they come up. But you can ask me anything. What do you want to ask me? I'm live right here, right now. Love it, Roman. What can we do to fend off the government wanting to reduce or take away our benefits? The best thing you can do, Roman, is contact your House representative in your area, as well as contact your state senators and write them and tell them this is bogus. Bogus. That's the best thing we can do, is to contact our representatives in the House and the Senate of whatever state you're in. We're not going to rest either. We're going to continue fighting so that folks know the real story. Here's what I can tell you. The people that need to know, so there's a House VA committee, there's a Senate VA committee, right, which we're very tied into. The people that need to know, they know. Okay, they absolutely know. And I'm also proud to say that the VA Secretary McDonough, he has also said there's no way we're letting these CBO, Congressional Budget Office recommendations pass. So that's the best advice I have, is for everyone listening, everyone who watches the replay, contact your House representative for your district, contact your state senators and representatives, and tell them, I'm demanding that you as my representative not only fight for benefits, but you work to expand them and to stop this assault on veteran benefits. It's so wrong. It's so wrong. And we're not going to let it happen. Thank you for that one. Antoinette, what's the max number of times you can file for a higher rating? Here's the awesome part. There isn't one. I've known veterans who have filed 12, 14, I think a veteran filed 15 times before they got the rating they deserve. So the answer is there's no limit. You can file a claim as many times as you want. You can file for an increase as many times as you want. There's no limit. Denied. Hey, Rod. Man, I'm sorry to hear about that. Denied PACT Act claim. What do I need to do now? The best advice I can give you is go back and read your VA decision letter. Read the denial and find out what the VA is saying as to why they denied it. Now, remember, PACT Act claims are presumptive claims. A presumptive disability is one that the VA automatically presumes is service-connected, so long as you can prove on your DD-214 that you served in an eligible location during the qualifying period. Okay, automatic service connection as long as you can show that. The most common reason why I'm seeing presumptive claims denied, whether it's PACT Act or any presumptive claim, is you have to make sure, Rod, that you have a diagnosis. You have to make sure you have a medical diagnosis of the disability that you're filing for on a presumptive basis. So let me just use an example. Let's say you filed a PACT Act claim for sinusitis. Okay, that's one of the presumptive conditions to burn pits. If you don't have an actual medical diagnosis of sinusitis in a medical record, the VA is going to deny that claim. Okay. The other thing you need to make sure of is that you meet the qualifying and eligibility criteria of that claim. Okay, meaning were you diagnosed with sinusitis? I think it's within 10 years of leaving the service. So I would go back and look at all of those facts. I would read what's in your decision letter. And then what I would do is, since you've been denied, I would actually consider getting a nexus letter from a private provider and going back, if you have a medical diagnosis, if you're eligible over the qualifying period, you can show that you were there during the time and you meet the eligibility criteria. Then I would go back and file a supplemental claim, which is the first part of the appeals process. I'm sorry, the second avenue of the appeals process, the supplemental claim. But get a nexus letter to help you prove that if you've been denied first time around. Okay. Is there anything different I should do when doing a virtual exam for mental health versus in person? Any tips? I would treat a in-person exam the same way that I would do a virtual exam. And the good news is the VA fairly recently revised its criteria in M21-1 regarding what's called the probative value of medical evidence. So whether the medical evidence happens over video teleconference or in person, it doesn't matter. Those exams should hold equal weighting before the VA rater. As far as tips for your C&P exam, I think the biggest one is be yourself and don't have your best day. And what I mean by that is, I'm not saying you should lie or stretch the truth. What I'm saying is you need to explain to the C&P examiner how you are on your very worst days. Okay, if you're having a particularly good day, tell the examiner, this isn't normal for me. My normal day looks like this. Okay, and talk about your struggles at work, your struggles at home, your struggles in relationships, your struggles in a social environment. Okay, and talk about how your disability symptoms and its severity are affecting your life in a negative way. That's the important part. I've heard some veterans say, like, don't shower for 3 days, don't shave. Personally, I think that's ridiculous. I think you should go to an exam, present yourself for an exam in the exact way that you are on any normal day. Okay. If you normally wear comfy workout clothes, wear comfy workout clothes. If you're coming from work and you normally wear a polo shirt and work pants, wear that. Right. I mean, just be yourself, be how you are on a normal day. But no, there's no different tips as far as virtual exam for mental health versus in person. It's just to really talk about your diagnosis, your severity of your mental health symptoms, and then how those symptoms are affecting you in a negative way. And by the way, my top 10 compensation and pension exam tips are in this book. Okay, I actually share them so you know. Appreciate that question, though. Thank you. How do I find Nexus doctors? Well, this is a great question, John. I think the easiest way is to do some research online. You can type something into the Google machine, like, who are the best Nexus letter doctors or Nexus letter doctors near me. Any private provider can, in theory, do a Nexus letter. The key point you're going to want to know is, what are the credentials of the private doctor who's creating the Nexus letter for you? I would ask him or her what their experience is, how many Nexus letters they've done for veterans. I would also ask them for a referral or examples. I would say, can you let me know some private or previous clients you've had so I can check on your past history? I would want to know all those things. The other thing you can do, of course, is become a VA Claims Insider Elite member. We have reduced rates through a sister company called Telemedica. Okay, telemedicallc.com. So you can get reduced rates with Telemedica for Nexus letters and DBQs. But that's only if you're a VACI Elite member. If you're not a VA Claims Insider member, you can still use Telemedica, which I recommend you do. You'll just have to pay full price for those letters, which is still worth it. Okay, but I'd say start with some online research. Asking about, hey Bill, thank you for the question. I'm asking about my CNP. It was for a tinnitus appeal. She asked me one question about when it started and did the audio test. It seemed out of the norm. No, I would say not necessarily. I think what's really interesting about tinnitus exams, tinnitus is the ringing in your ear. There's two types of tinnitus, okay? And the most common type is called subjective tinnitus. Subjective tinnitus is ringing in the ears that only you can hear. Nobody else can hear it. And that's by far the most common type that veterans have. That's what I have. So millions of veterans have. And the hilarious part is CNP examiners will put you through an audio test called the audiogram, conducted by an audiologist, which is funny because there's actually no test for tinnitus, right? If you have subjective tinnitus, meaning only you can hear it, there's no test. There's no way for a provider to administer the audiogram and come to some solution that, oh yeah, he's got tinnitus because he can hear it and I can't. Well, if they can't hear it, the machine certainly can't hear it. Only you can. So it's not out of the norm. They do the audio test. I think what they're testing for when they do the audiogram is actually for hearing loss, even though you filed a tinnitus claim. So hopefully you had either a nexus letter if you were on appeal. I'm assuming you were in either higher level review or supplemental claim. But if you didn't have one and you get denied again, I would get a nexus letter. Okay. Hey, David. I just received a letter from the VA stating they are sorry my claim is taking so long. Have you seen this? We have. In fact, the VA actually sent me one for my own claim, which was funny because they sent me the letter saying, sorry, your claim was taking so long. And they had already decided the claim like a month earlier, which is hilarious. So apparently I got caught in the wickets of their auto letter, but it's very common. The VA is sending these letters now saying sorry. Here's why they're sending it. Okay. The VA has staffing shortages. Okay. VA raiders, experienced raiders, a ton of them have retired over the past 3 years. They're having trouble hiring new raiders and getting them trained. There's thousands of vacancies. There's more claims than ever being filed, especially PACT Act claims. So, yeah, I mean, right now the VA is taking longer than we've seen them take probably in about 3 years. And it's getting worse. So hopefully they can get folks hired and trained up and they can start burning down the backlog. Hey, Roman. Thank you, Brian. Your company helped me get to 100% PNT. I got to 80% on my own, and I ran out of how I could present my disability to effectively communicate to the VA adjudicator. My coach helped me put my thoughts into words. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Our coaches are amazing, and it's not just our coaches, right? It's our veteran coach managers who are leading our coaches and educating our coaches. It's the coaches themselves who are working hard every single day, all day. It's our assistants, right? We've got a whole bunch of administrative assistants who are helping our coaches. We've got a president, my man, Terrell Morrell, who's running the whole show. We've got an entire BDR team called Business Development Reps. They're speaking with you for discovery calls to make sure you're a good fit for our program. That team's doing a great job, led by my man, Pat Coyle. I'll tell you, like, I'm so proud of our team now, because look, I can't serve veterans without our team. Okay. I haven't served a veteran one-on-one since 2017. I've got a whole awesome team now who's delivering everything we put in place, right? Our process, our 8-step VA Claims Insider Elite process. which is built upon strategy, education, and medical evidence. That's the formula, gang. Strategy plus education plus medical evidence equals the VA rating you deserve. That's it. And if you need help, that is why we exist, to serve you. Okay. All right. How about let's do 3 more questions and then we'll do some giveaways. Okay. 3 more questions. Who wants a question answered live? While I'm here, Brian Big Cat Reese. Oh, hello, David. How are you, brother? Why is sleep apnea so hard to get service connected if so many of us vets have sleep apnea? Here's the brutal truth on sleep apnea, okay? There's 3 different types of sleep apnea. There's obstructive sleep apnea, there's central sleep apnea, and there's mixed sleep apnea. The majority of veterans have what's called obstructive sleep apnea, which is OSA. The tricky part about sleep apnea claims is that according to medical research, the number one linked connection as to why somebody gets obstructive sleep apnea is because they're overweight. Okay, so weight gain or obesity is the number one cause of obstructive sleep apnea. So typically what I'm seeing, David, is most veterans didn't know they had sleep apnea on active duty. Most veterans then leave so you didn't get a sleep study, you have no diagnosis of sleep apnea from your military service. Well, then what happens is you leave the service. Okay, you leave, you become a veteran. And say it's 3 years, 5 years, 7, 12 years later, you get diagnosed with obstructive sleep apnea and you're issued a CPAP machine. The VA's most common denial for obstructive sleep apnea is they blame it on you. They blame the obstructive sleep apnea on the difference in your weight between when you served in the military and your weight today. Okay, I'll use me as an example. I was about 185 pounds on active duty. I'm about 215, 220 right now. And I think I had obstructive sleep apnea in the military, but I didn't know what it was. I chalked it up to mental health issues, stress from the job, deployments, never had a sleep study, never got a diagnosis. 5 years after leaving the military, I get diagnosed with OSA. I'm given a CPAP machine. I even had a Nexus letter. I filed for it secondary, and the VA denied it. Okay. They denied it with the classic denial. Okay. The veteran weighed 185 pounds on active duty. He's now 215 pounds. It's essentially his fault. Okay. Obstructive sleep apnea is not due to his military service. Obstructive sleep apnea is due to the fact that he's fat. That's what they're telling you. Okay. They're telling you that your obstructive sleep apnea is due to your obesity when your obesity is not due to your military service. Now, there are ways you can still service connect obstructive sleep apnea on a secondary basis, but you're going to need a Nexus letter to do that. There's also a way where under the law, you can use obesity and weight gain as an interim link to service connection. Now, what I mean by that is obesity or weight gain in and of itself cannot receive a disability rating on its own. Okay, you can't get a 10% rating for obesity. But what you can do by law is you can use obesity and weight gain as an interim link to prove service connection. But you have to prove that the weight gain was due to another service-connected disability. So let me give you an example. Let's say you're service-connected for PTSD. Okay. One of the symptoms of veterans with PTSD can be weight gain or weight loss. I'm stressed all the time. I have mental health issues. I have anger issues. So I binge eat. Okay. I've become obese because of my binge habits. You can make a case through a Nexus letter that the obstructive sleep apnea would not have occurred if it weren't for the obesity or weight gain through the interim link to post-traumatic stress disorder or depression or anxiety or whatever the issue is. Okay. But that's why obstructive sleep apnea is so hard to get service connected, because most veterans never got a diagnosis. You didn't have a sleep study on active duty. It's now been years later, and then you're diagnosed with sleep apnea, and then you go back and you try to apply for benefits, and the VA says denied. You're fat. That's why you have sleep apnea. I hope that made sense. We can help you, though, if you've had a denied sleep apnea claim. But sleep apnea claims are hard to win, just so you know. 2 more questions, and then we'll do some giveaways. Antoinette, it is so good to see you again. Thank you. Why does it show that a 70% rating for PTSD is automatically considered as individual unemployability, but cannot get the benefits for IEU? That's interesting. I'm not quite following the question. What you may want to do, Antoinette, is take a look at your latest decision letter and read what they decided. Sometimes you can get, say, a 70% rating for PTSD that's deemed permanent, and because of your combined rating, you're considered individually unemployable, IU, right? It's a claim for unemployability. So you're being paid at the 100% level, even though maybe your combined rating is only 70%, 80%, 90%. But I would go back and just take a look at that decision letter. If it's still not making sense to you, you can always call 1-800-827-1000 and speak to a rep at the VA and ask him or her to give you some more info on that claim. Okay? One more question. By the way, get the book. You deserve it. The definitive guide to getting the veteran benefits you've earned, revised and expanded, 2nd edition, is out today. Today's the launch day. Go pick up your copy. I think you get like $1 off right now on Amazon, but it is out. It is out day. Get the book. It'll change your life. Rob, hey brother. My obstructive sleep apnea was service connected and only declared at 30%. That's interesting. If you have a CPAP machine, Rob, you should get 50%. That should be a pretty easy increase for you. Make sure you've got symptoms that match the 50% level, and file for an increase on that, especially if you have a CPAP. One of the things you can do too is take a picture of your CPAP machine and upload that to va.gov as part of your claim. I tell vets all the time, you know, the old saying, a picture's worth 1,000 words. It's true. It's true. Upload pictures in support of your claim. But if you have a CPAP, you should get 50. Okay. We're running out of time, so I'm going to do some giveaways here. The first thing we're going to do, I'm going to give away 5 free signed author copies to the first 5 people who enter their email address into the chat. Hurry up, go fast, go fast. The first 5 people who enter their email address into the chat, you have to be on live, okay? Have to be on live. It has to happen right now. The first 5 people are going to get a signed author edition copy of You Deserve It, the definitive guide to getting the veteran benefits you've earned, revised and expanded 2nd edition. I've got my awesome team helping behind the scenes to gather. So the first 5 email addresses, okay, we are then going to email you. You'll get an email from me, okay, and I'm going to ask you what's your best shipping address, because I have to know where to send it. Just reply to me with where you want me to mail the book, and I'm going to sign a copy, and I'll drop it in the mail, hopefully by the end of this month, okay? Thank you, team, for gathering that. Congrats to all the winners, by the way. Well done. Last giveaway, a free 30-minute call with me, okay? Now, you have to be the first person to answer the question, okay? And it has to be the right answer. Name one thing that's different about the new You Deserve It book, second edition. Name one thing that's different about You Deserve It, the definitive guide to getting the veteran benefits you've earned, revised and expanded second edition. The first person to answer correctly with anything that's new or different gets a free 30-minute call with me. Okay, I'm going to have my team on there checking to make sure you're being honest. Okay, first person to answer it, please then let our team know whoever the correct answer is there of what's different. Name one thing that's different about the book. If it's a correct answer, the first person, let us know your email address. Okay, your best email, because again, I'll have my assistant reach out to get a 30-minute call with you on the books. Okay, congrats to all the winners. Thank you again to my team for helping out, for putting this on. I also want to give one more shout out about the book. Team, it is absolutely impossible to write a book by yourself. It's impossible, right? I know I have my name on it, but there's a whole bunch of teammates whose names could be on this book too. In fact, their names are in this book. So real quick, before we go, I want to read the acknowledgments. Thank you to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, who died on the cross for my sins. You are the way and the truth and the life. I put my faith and life in your hands. Many thanks to my wife, Laurel Reese, who is my partner and best friend. You're the calm to my storm, and your constant encouragement, patience, and insights have made the VA Claims Insider movement and this book possible. I love you with all my heart. Thank you to my three incredible children, Dylan, Everly, and Remington Reese, for your fun, your laughter, and your continued blessings. You're my world. I love you so much. A big thank you to the second edition editing and book launch team of Rob Nichols, 30 Rivera, and Beatrice Highsmith. This incredible gift of federal and state benefits for veterans would not have been possible without your countless hours researching, writing, and editing. Also, a big thanks to the entire Scribe writing team. Without your constant presence, writing skills, guidance, and program management, this book would never have been written. I truly mean all that. You know, it takes a team, it takes an army to do something like this. And so thank you all so much. I really, really appreciate you being on today. Thank you for the questions. Congrats again to all the winners. Talk to y'all real soon. Thanks so much, y'all.